Hey, Jerry. How's it going?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing good. Hey, thanks for taking the time to get on this and for us to chat today. You know, we have this project we're working on, and we're trying to recapture our past that has been lost to time and find those pieces of that history. And I'd love to have you be a part of this kind of quest that we're on and help us find some of your legacy.
Yeah, I probably more than anybody that I know am a collector
Yes.
of memorabilia, not just wrestling, but things from my childhood. And I would love to spend the time to go out and look for this stuff. That'll be great.
Yeah, and I think there are things in particular with you that we're looking for. The King of the Ring stuff that you wore when you came here and you attacked BRET for the first time.
Oh yeah, was my first appearance there in the WWE. You know, when he won the King of the Ring, I of course felt like should be the only king in the WWE. And you know, the robe and the whole crown and outfit that I was wearing there.
WWE doesn't have anything sort of very iconic Jerry Lawler in the archives now. So that robe and crown, we need to have that in the archives.
That might not be too hard to find because I have saved that. It's in my attic at this very moment. I'm not sure if I really want to part with that at the moment.
Well, I tell you what, why don't you you take a look and see if you do have it, and then we can talk about it from there.
But the reason I came all the way to Memphis to see the King of Memphis, the robe and crown you wore in 1993 at the King of the Ring.
Okay, this way.
The crown and robe from King of the Ring 93 are so important because that was how the WWE audience was introduced to Jerry the King Lawler. That was his debut. He showed the world what people in Memphis had already known for years, that the King was one of the best performers in this industry.
Oh boy, I don't know where to start in here.
You got just so much in here, man.
All kinds of stuff everywhere. Oh, look at this. There you go.
Oh, look at the King. Comes with a headset and everything.
Everything. Oh my gosh, look at this. I'd always have notes prepared for the matches and that sort of thing. And one time, Stone Cold Steve Austin's match was going on, and all of a sudden they come fighting over to the desk. And Triple H grabs Steve, rams his head into the desk, and Steve was like covered in blood, head to toe. I looked down, and there's my sheet covered in Stone Cold Steve Austin's blood.
Wow.
And there it is.
Look at that.
Really, that's his DNA and everything right there.
You got even your one-liners on here?
Got my one-liners for that show on there. What did I say about McMahon?
Mr. McMahon said, whoever says money can't buy happiness don't know where to shop.
There you go. The phrase I hear more often than not is, King, you were the voice of my childhood. But a lot of people don't realize I didn't like doing commentary. That part was not ever as much fun as wrestling. That's a piece of history right there.
Yeah, it is.
All right, let's see. Well, you know what? Here we go.
Look at that robe.
Without a doubt, I think my biggest rivalry that probably meant the most and most people talk about was with Bret the Hitman Hart.
Open wide, Mr. Lawler! Kiss a royal foot!
In '93, that was my first year in the WWE. I'd been wrestling as the King of Wrestling since '74.
Yeah.
So when I came up to WWE, they're having a King of the Ring tournament. And somebody would get crowned the king, and then for a year, they would get to be called the King of the Ring. So it was just a natural that I would be jealous of anybody else calling himself the king. So it worked out that Bret the Hitman Hart won the King of the Ring tournament. I went up and confronted him, and I got to crown him. This thing is huge.
I can tell you one thing. This warehouse, you could spend 10 days in here and still not see everything. Look at all this stuff.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool?
I'm excited.
Oh, there's way more than this.
Oh, look, there's the big W.
Boom.
Oh my gosh! The mouth of the South. Oh my gosh. Man.
Hey, Jay, what a surprise.
I know, right?
Jimmy
I
Hart.
love you, King. I love you, man.
Man.
You look great. You look beautiful.
Look at you.
Look good.
This is awesome.
This is great. Look, Ben Brown,
Jerry,
we
how
all
are you,
surprised
sir?
I'm great. I'm speechless. I'm not awesome speechless, but I am right now.
This is great.
This is like we got to give this to you, but I'm so excited to see
I
you.
love you. This is great. I wouldn't be in this business if it wasn't for this man here, which I've said a million times before.
Surprising Jerry with Jimmy, it kind of puts Jerry on his heels a little bit. And having Jimmy there to help us negotiate with Jerry and to really encourage him. We need that crown and robe, and we need to reclaim that history, and we need to display it. I think it's going to really help.
You remember these?
That's it. There you go.
The crushed crown when you stepped on, ruined Bret Hart's coronation, which I just found out today from Jerry. This is Jerry's crown that he brought for the scene.
No kidding.
And I literally always wondered why the crown didn't match the robe.
Now that you saying that completely makes perfect sense that
Yeah.
that came from you.
That's how it worked.
You see the robe?
That's all right. That's his colors.
That's pretty cool.
Purple.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the first King of the Ring pay-per-view.
Jimmy, you said you had some cool pictures to show us
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff?
come here. Let me show you. Look, this is before we went into the ring with me and Andy, and guess who gave me that outfit? You.
Of course.
That was your outfit.
Jimmy has held on to a lot of his own stuff. He brought in a few items that he had found from his time with Andy Kaufman.
So we got the Andy Kaufman elbow pad.
Elbow pad.
All those kind of ephemeral pieces that help you to paint the rest of the picture it's hugely important.
We got the Andy Kaufman Elvis glasses.
From the fun shop.
Yeah.
And piece de resistance. The Andy Kaufman neck brace. This is the culmination of a lot of hours.
Wow.
How does that look?
That is awesome.
I think that we should display the robe and crown right alongside Andy Kaufman and Bret the Hitman Hart. So I'm going to offer you $7,000.
I couldn't let it go for that little.
King, what are you thinking, man? I know that it's a part of your history.
What was I thinking? Considerably more than that.
Other than some thrones and stuff like that, I mean, Jerry the King Lawler in the archives for, an eventual museum Hall of Fame don't have anything from you. That's why this is a really big deal for me to try to figure out,
Right.
how to make a deal with you.
I can offer $10,000.
You know, the fans would love to see this.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
Thank you,
Beautiful.
sir.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Oh,
This is beautiful. Thank you, Jerry.
thank you. And the collection wouldn't be complete if you didn't work with me here. And I really, truly do thank you for that. I really do.
This whole quest for memorabilia, I've always thought that they need to have a brick and mortar, real life Hall of Fame. They need to have a WWE museum.
I've always said it's hard to kill a memory. And people trying to find this lost memorabilia, it's part of history.
Oh, good, I'm gonna be taller than Bret. You see how the fans love to see this memorabilia. It brings back so many great memories when they see something that, oh my gosh, I was there that night when that happened. So I think it's great.